Hi everyone, we are Flemington Group 2, and we're excited to present our strategy proposal focused on managing and growing ventures here in Flemington Borough. We're dedicated our efforts to understanding Flemington's unique situation and developing actionable recommendations. This presentation will cover our strategy proposal, including the client business overview, key challenges, the research and analysis that informed our recommendations, and how we propose to measure success. Let's begin with a brief overview of the Flemington Community Partnership. They are located at 50 Stangle Road in Flemington, incorporated in New Jersey in 2016. The key concept of our project is Robin Lapidus, the executive director. With approximately $592,000 in annual revenue, the FCP primarily operates within the borough of Flemington. The Flemington Community Partnership develops marketing strategies, organizes events, and drives economic development, with Robin Lapidus playing a key role in all of it. Key stakeholders include visitors, investors, businesses, residents, and the local government. FCP aims to attract visitors, secure investment, support local businesses, and drive and create a vibrant downtown. Flemington has an opportunity in the South End with a planned walking path and neighborhood preservation program support. Key challenges include replacing the economic driver of the closed outlet mall, overcoming rural isolation to attract investment in tourism, and establishing a unified identity across business districts. These challenges highlight the core problem we are addressing with our proposal, which we'll discuss next.
So, the core issue in the south end of Flemington is a lack of safe, connected, and inviting infrastructure. So, this limits pedestrian access, deters visitors, and separates residents, especially the seniors and students, from key areas and amenities. There's also untapped potential in the area's historical and cultural assets, which aren't currently being used to boost local tourism or economic activity. So, our client is focused on two objectives. The first one is to design at least three strategic growth initiatives specifically for the South End. Second, to create a cohesion strategy that connects all four districts, encouraging visitors to explore multiple areas during their visit, which we move on to the competitor analysis. When we evaluated Flemington against other regional destinations, several key insights stood out. So, Lambertville, for example, draws visitors through its walkable downtown antique shops and cultural charm. Its strong identity and integration with neighboring New Hope gives it high foot traffic, regional appeal. The Red Bank attracts a younger, trend driven crowd with live music, boutiques, and riverside experiences. Again, this place is highly walkable and tightly packaged, I would say. The Delaware Canal Trail offers like a nature first experience. It's accessible and educational, but lacks surrounding attractions, which makes it feel isolated at times. In comparison to Flemington, South End currently suffers from limited attractions, poor infrastructure, and passive activities like train rides that don't fully engage diverse audiences. This analysis makes it clear to compete, Flemington needs to prioritize walkability, cultural storytelling, and also just business development overall. This is all while creating a stronger district links to present a cohesive visitor experience.
So here we have our SWOT analysis. Flemington has strong social media, historical assets, and economic development potential with dedicated local support. The borough faces challenges in unifying its identity, managing competition from new development, and addressing infrastructure needs, particularly in the South End. There are opportunities to use local resources and new development to improve connectivity and create engaging experiences, especially in the South End as well. Flemington is vulnerable to competition, funding issues, and potential delays in development projects. Going to our pest analysis, Flemington has a strong BID, but a complex political structure with regulatory and funding challenges. The borough needs new economic strategies after the outlet mall closure and can benefit from nearby wealth and unique local attractions. Engaging young people, promoting history, building community, and improving connectivity are key social factors. Upgrading wayfinding, marketing, and technology infrastructure, especially for projects like the Linear Park, is important. Here are the key trends shaping Flemington's development. For the post-outlet economic shift, Flemington is moving away from its reliance on the old outlet mall and aiming to create the success of places like Lambertville and Red Bank, which are known for their unique shopping experiences, restaurant, and cultural scenes. For leveraging local heritage, Flemington needs to use its historical assets to attract tourists, similar to how Lambertville's historic charm is a draw. Enhancing walkability and infrastructure. Improving walkability and infrastructure, such as better signage and the development of the linear park, is crucial. This slide here provides further context for the trends in trails. It emphasizes the community benefits of trail development, including equitable access and enhancing quality of life, and the increased importance of amenities and modern residential developments. Today's homebuyers prioritize a lifestyle with access to parks and community spaces.
First, starting with our secondary research, studies showed that urban green infrastructure, such as parks and trails, not only increase property value, but also boost local businesses and commercial activity. Local surveys from 2022 highlight the lack of amenities and events as a major deterrent for visitors. We also found from New Jersey Community Affairs, we found that it underlines the importance of integrating green elements like rain gardens and native landscaping to support long-term sustainability. Examples like the High Line in New York City demonstrate how green walkways can enhance wellness, traffic, and communities. Ultimately, people are more likely to use green spaces when they are convenient, safe, and socially engaging, emphasizing how events, festivals, and shared recreational spaces can foster both community and tourism. Now moving on to our primary research, we surveyed 25 respondents using Google Forms, emails, and texts. The survey captured a wide demographic, including both residents and non-residents of Hunterdon County. Some of the highlights were that 76 respondents expressed strong interest in the proposed linear park. Walking paths and bike paths were a top priority, with half the respondents selecting this as one of their desired amenities. Walking was the most preferred method of accessing the park, indicating the need for safe and accessible pathways. Safety and maintenance emerged as one of the crucial concerns, especially regarding fencing, lighting, and general upkeep. Lastly, 84% of people favored multi-district events, signaling that the shared community events could significantly boost engagement as well as exploration. In conclusion, both of our primary and secondary research strongly supported the investing in accessible and well-maintained green infrastructure and coordinated community events as powerful tools to revitalize and engage in the South End community.
So first off, we want to create a Flemington rail trail and greenway experience. So by doing that, we want to enhance linear park for recreation, education, and community, highlighting rail and nature. Flemington community has a rail that runs the entire community, so we want to make sure that that is very accessible for a lot of people. We want to install interpretive markers, salvage artifacts, and storyboards detailing rail history by also designating picnic areas and considering a small event pavilion. With the upcoming summer season, a lot of people are going to be outside and wanting to host events. So we want to make sure that people have the opportunities whenever the weather is warm or whenever an opportunity comes up for an event. We also want to create a South End environmental art corridor. So we want to do that by integrating art installations that are inspired by and interact with the natural heritage of the South End. And we want to have commissioned local artists for sculptures, murals, or sound installations reflecting the area's character. And we also want to have an active recreation and wellness hub by promoting outdoor activities and wellness using open space and the rail trail. And we want to incorporate fitness equipment stations along the trail and partner with instructors for yoga boot camps and running groups. And we also want to create a cohesion strategy for the borough of Flemington. And by doing that, we'll have informational links that encourage movement and awareness between the historic Main Street, Stangle Arts and Culture, Circle Business Districts, and the newly developed attractions in the South End. We want to have themed interdistrict trails by developing clearly marked walking and biking trails that connect key points of interest in each district. And we want to make sure that it has a name like that's memorable. So we want to come up with like a Flemington Heritage Loop. We want to have joint marketing and events calendars by creating a unified online calendar and marketing materials that showcase events and attractions across all 4 districts, making it easy for visitors to see what's happening throughout Flemington, including activities in the South End's environmental spaces. And we also want to have a district spotlight promotion by encouraging businesses in the existing districts to offer promotions or discounts that incentivize visiting the South End's attractions. This is our proposed budget. So we have a $20,000 per recommendation budget. Our budget is $83,900, and we want to make sure that each and every recommendation is accounted for.
The growth risk assessment allows us to identify areas of need and how we plan to maintain growth for this project. We have a budget of $20,000 per recommendation from various grants listed. Our tangible goals including designing signage, adding art exhibits, and exercise hubs. While possible growth includes walkability, transit, and open space, we are beginning to focus on tangible, visible growth within our budget. For this project, we can leverage our budget and talented members of the community. The different boards have numerous people from different professions, which aids niches and expertise. Considering adequate controls, there are many recommendations, forms, and policies in place to ensure establishments are up to code. Financial programs managed by Flemington Planning Board and Borough Council ensures each project is following guidelines and allotted budgets through submissions. The FCP outsources marketing and PR, which manages additional outreach and promotional materials. The Flemington Linear Park aims to preserve local history and culture while introducing exhibits approved by experts in the arts and heritage industry. Visitor safety, accessibility, and respect of the Flemington 4 districts is prioritized through clear signage, trail protocols, and encouraging exploration. Infrastructure projects will rely on supply chain advisors to manage risks like resource availability and extended timelines. No direct revenue from the park. Funding will come from grants and community partnerships, while local businesses and events will help drive economic activity and ensure long-term sustainability. For unforeseen emergencies, we're proposing a contingency fund between 5 to 10% of sub-project budgets for additional needs. Through planning of the Flemington Linear Park includes applying for grants, forming business partnerships, and using ongoing feedback surveys to refine offerings based on visitor experiences. Key insights focus on foot traffic patterns, business needs tied to visitor volume and seasonality, and evaluating infrastructure like access points and gateway installations. Installation projects such as those in the South End with a 1-year timeline require coordinated communication across different members, including township officials, designers, suppliers, the community, and our board members. The members of the various boards maintains controls. These are members of different professions and diverse backgrounds, allowing them to leverage their own experiences to aid the community. The listed above are a few notable members. Most community meetings are open to all members of the community for feedback and recommendations.
So the first issue that can go wrong is failure to attract to a target demographic. Our target goal is to attract a young adult, so if the marketing efforts and the atmosphere created in Flemington doesn't appeal to this demographic, then this can impact the success of it. The second one would be regulatory and permitting obstacles. Navigating local regulations and permitting processes for new developments or businesses across Flemington could prove to be complex and time-consuming and potentially slow down the progress of the development. The third one would be lack of community and engagement and buy-in, and the need for increased community engagement. And if revitalization efforts, especially those that target the specific demographics that we want, or changing the borough's image don't resonate with the residents, then we could face limited success. And the fourth one would be grant funding delays and shortfalls. If we have complications in the grant applications, this could significantly hinder our plans for development, like the linear park and signage.
So our strategy includes 5 steps. So step 1 is being plan the initial and future scope. We'll consult with residents, businesses, and local leaders to finalize project designs and goals. Step 2 is going to be allocating our $20,000 budget for impactful first phase projects while also applying for more funding for the future. Step 3 is going to be market initial success vision, and so it's going to pretty much generate community excitement and momentum as well. Step 4 is going to be pilot smaller versions of each idea to test the feasibility and improve our implementation plan. And then lastly, step 5 is going to be evaluate the plan for scalability. So pretty much tracking the performance and then developing a long-term maintenance plan.
So this is the proposed schedule, and this chart provides a visual timeline for the project that outlines key tasks and their durations, and it shows the project's workflow from the start of the planning to the evaluation, the scalability, and it ensures a structured approach to the project's execution. And each color represents a different aspect from our proposed next steps slide.
And those steps include increases in walking and biking activity, local business growth, resident satisfaction, cross-district visitation, and overall awareness of Flemington's diverse districts. We're also planning on bringing in a community development intern. So this role pretty much supports our event planning, the outreach, the marketing, and project tracking. And so this intern will be very essential in helping implement and monitor these initiatives pretty much. The intern and what their role, what they'll do and why they should intern, but that's and also teaching them how they should apply. Thank you so much, and we're happy to answer any questions you have.